Okay, we've sized our AHU and we've got duct sizing. Now it's got to get out of the duct and into the building, and that's through a supply air terminal. It's one of those little vents that's up above you, usually around here. Sometimes it comes from the floor, but around here we're coming from above. And so you have to place them. And you need to place them somewhat evenly. When it comes out of a terminal, let's say the terminal is right in the middle of this green area, it's going to spread out. The air is going to blow out in all four directions. When it hits a wall, it's going to head downwards and sort of mix around. And it doesn't go straight out, it just kind of fills up that area. And this one is going to do the same thing. And where the air mixes together here, you've got a really nice airflow. So you want to have these even spaces for your terminals. And terminals shoot the air outward and down. Outward and down. You're going to see that in a little bit. So in our preliminary layout, we want to find an even grid that we can put them on. And maybe it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe it's a little bit oblong and I need another one up here. Okay, so if I've got four of them and 2400 CFM, each one is going to do 1/4 of that, or 600. And if I have four of them doing 1600, they're going to do, each one will do 1/4, which is 400. So now we got to play jigsaw and just kind of figure out what's going on in our drawing. So here's an example. Here's the chiller room. And what I did is I cut it in half, and I cut it almost in half. I could have done a little closer than that to cut it in half. Um, but this gives us the basic idea, and then you can get a little bit closer. And then I noticed that it's kind of oblong, so I cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this area needs, I think, 2400. Let's see. Chiller room 2400. These are each going to, if I have six of them, these are each going to take 400 CFM. And so I'd want to size it that way. And it's almost close. And when I get to putting my trunk in there and getting a closer position, sorry, my branches, I can make this a little bit closer. I could, for instance, move this over so that it's like 10 and a half and 10 foot 8 and 10 foot 9. 10 foot 8 and a half, 10 foot 9. Now it's really close. So if I were to move those over, and that gets us closer to this 9999 also. Okay, so I can move that one over. Okay, and so you can just sort of play around with that a little bit. And I've got a little bit of extra room down here, so I could make these like 9 foot 2 inches each and get that a little bit closer, or 9 foot 3. I can get these so they're sort of close to each other. And then I would do the same thing up here. I don't really need this little area over here. The air will bleed enough going in over here. Okay, so you're sort of free to play with these areas as you wish to get these air terminals placed properly. Okay, so that's how we figure out where the air terminals will go. And I'm going to put mine at 10 foot, whoopsie, sorry. I'm going to put mine a little bit closer to 10 foot 4, 10 foot 3 maybe. And I'll move this one down 9 foot 4, 9 foot 4. See, they're pretty close to each other. And air doesn't go out exactly like what you want it to, by the way. 9 foot 4. Let's see what that ends up with. That's off a little bit too much. I'm going to make these 9 foot a little bit closer to. Nah, I like my 9 foot. I'm going to stay with my 9 foot. 10 foot 3. Maybe I'll make that a little bit farther over. 10 foot 6 and 10 foot 11 and a half. 9 foot down, 10 foot 6 and 10 foot 11 and a half. So I'm going to keep those in my mind, and you just need a sketch of this. This is part of your backup documentation. You will want to have this as a document that shows what your dimensions are for your throw. And I'm going to call the throw 10 foot. I'm going to call the throw 10 foot. Okay, there we go.